Hi guys, we are discussing the Arthashastra, and in this video we get into knowledge, dharma and danda. This section consists of chapter 2, 3 and 4 of book 1 of the original Arthashastra manuscript. These are important since they describe the religious and social milieu of Hindu society at the time of Kautilya, a milieu within which the king, his government and the people had to function. Kautilya does not lay down the laws of dharma and social life. These are to be found in the Dharma Shastras. The Arthashastra deals only with different aspects of government. The duties of a state are safeguarding the welfare of the people, promoting their economic well-being and preserving dharma. See, when people say that for Hindus, dharma is somehow opposite to economics, it's absolutely based on rubbish. And they have absolutely no sources to cite this notion of theirs. Because every text goes on saying that there can be no dharma without artha. And even here, the duties of a state are being said to be safeguarding the welfare of the people, promoting their economic well-being and preserving dharma. So, Sanatan Dharma is not opposed to economics, nor is it opposed to science. All these are possible only if order and stability are maintained, so even law and order is given priority. Hence, the science of government, the Shastra, Arthashastra, is also the science of upholding order by just punishment, fair punishment, which is Danda Niti. Stability enables a state not only to share its wealth equitably, but also to augment it by enlarging its territory through conquest. Branches of knowledge. Traditionally, philosophy, the three Vedas, economics, and the science of government are considered to be the four branches of knowledge. Philosophy, three Vedas, economics, and the science of government. However, the followers of the Arthashastra of Prachetasa, followers of Manu say that there are only three branches, the three Vedas, economics, and the science of government. For them, philosophy is only a special branch of Vedic studies. The school of Brihaspati considers only economics and politics to be true branches of knowledge. I love this. They argue that those experienced in the ways of the world use the Vedas only as a cover in order to avoid the accusation of being materialistic atheists. The school of Ushanas maintains that politics is the only science because they say it is in that science all other sciences have their beginning and end. Kautilya holds that there are indeed four branches of knowledge, because one can know from these four all that is to be learnt about dharma, spiritual welfare, and artha, material well-being. They are called knowledge. Philosophy is the lamp that illuminates all sciences. It provides the technique for all action, and it is the pillar which supports dharma. Samkhya, yoga, and atheistic materialism are the three schools of philosophy. One should study philosophy because it helps one to distinguish between dharma and adharma. In the study of the Vedas, between material gain and loss in the study of... these are Chanakya's quotes. Samkhya, yoga and atheistic materialism are the three schools of philosophy. One should study philosophy because it helps one to distinguish between evil in the study of the Vedas, which is dharma and adharma, between material gain and loss in the study of economics, and between good and bad policies in the study of politics. Above all, it teaches one the distinction between good and bad use of force. When the other three sciences are studied by the light of philosophy, people are benefited because their minds are kept steady in adversity and prosperity, and they are made proficient in thought, speech, and action. The Vedas, the Sama Veda, the Rig Veda and the Yajur Veda are the three Vedas. The Atharva Veda and the Itihasas, Puranas, epics like the Ramayana and Bharata, and history, biographies of gods and men, illustrative stories, works of Dharma Shastras and the Arthashastra are also part of Vedic studies. The auxiliary sciences are phonetics, ritual, grammar, etymology, prosody, and astronomy. Not astrology, astronomy. The three Vedas are most useful because they establish the respective duties of the four Varnas and the four stages of life. The four Varnas. The duties of a Brahmin are study, teaching, performing the rituals prescribed for him, officiating at other people's rituals, giving and receiving gifts. The duties of a Kshatriya are study, performing the rituals prescribed for him, living by the profession of arms and protecting all life. The duties of a Vaishya are study, performing the prescribed rituals, agriculture, cattle rearing and trade. The duties of a Shudra are service of the twice born, that is the three higher varnas, an economic activity such as agriculture, cattle rearing or trade, the profession of an artisan, entertainer such as an actor or a singer. The four stages of life. The order of the ashramas below follows the text. The duties of a householder are earning his livelihood by pursuing his own profession, marrying a woman from the same varna but not of the same gotra, deriving from the same primordial paternal ancestor, procreating children by intercourse with his wife at the appropriate time, worship of the gods, ancestors and guests, sacrificing his own pleasures for those dependent on him, and being the last to enjoy what is available. The duties of a brahmachari are study of the prescribed scriptures, tending the ritual fires, following the ritual ablutions, living on alms only, that is, possessing no property, being devoted to the end of his life to his teacher, the teacher's son, and his fellow students. The duties of a vanaprastha or forest recluse are observing celibacy, sleeping on the bare ground, not dressing his hair, wearing deer skins, that is, avoiding luxuries, following the rituals of the fires and ablutions, worshipping gods, ancestors and guests, and living on things gathered from the forests, being neither dependent on charity nor one's own wealth. The duties of a parivrajaka, a wandering ascetic, are complete control over his senses, that is, renouncing the temptation of all sensual pleasures, refraining from all active life, renouncing all possessions, giving up all attachment to worldly ties, living on the charity of the many, never staying in one place for long, living in forests, maintaining inner and outward purity. Duties common to all. Ahimsa, abstaining from injury to all living creatures. Satyam, truthfulness. Cleanliness, freedom from malice, compassion and tolerance. On following one's own dharma. The observance of one's own dharma leads to heaven and eternal bliss. When dharma is transgressed, the resulting chaos leads to the extermination of this world. Whoever upholds his own dharma, adheres to the customs of the Aryas and follows the rules of the Varnas and the stages of life will find joy here and in the hereafter. For the world, when maintained in accordance with the Vedas, will ever prosper and not perish. Therefore, the king shall never allow the people to swerve from their dharma. Economics. Agriculture, cattle rearing and trade constitute economic activity. They are the main sources of wealth, that is, grain, cattle, gold, forest produce and labor. The king obtains through them the treasury and the army, which are then used to bring under control both his own people and the enemy's people. Maintenance of order. The pursuit of the people's welfare as well as the maintenance of the philosophic tradition, the Vedas and the economic well-being of the society are dependent on the scepter wielded by the king. The maintenance of law and order by the use of punishment is the science of government. By maintaining order, the king can preserve what he already has, acquire new possessions, augment his wealth and power, and share the benefits of improvement with those worthy of such gifts. The progress of this world depends on the maintenance of order and the proper functioning of government. Some teachers say, "Those who seek to maintain order shall always hold ready the threat of punishment, for there is no better instrument of control than coercion." Kautilya disagrees for the following reasons. A severe king, meting out unjust punishment, is hated by the people he terrorizes, while one who is too lenient is held in contempt by his own people. Whoever imposes just and deserved punishment is respected and honored. A well-considered and just punishment makes the people devoted to dharma, artha and kama, righteousness, wealth and enjoyment. Unjust punishment, whether awarded in greed, anger or ignorance, excites the fury of even those who have renounced all worldly attachments like forest recluses and ascetics, not to speak of householders. When conversely, no punishment is awarded through misplaced leniency and no law prevails, then there is only the law of fish, that is the law of the jungle, also called Matsya Nyaya. Unprotected, the small fish will be swallowed up by the big fish. In the presence of a king maintaining just law, the weak can resist the powerful.